Welcome, everybody. Vanchakalpadurusha, Kripasindhaveva, Chakvatitanam Pavanibhyo, Vaishnavebhyo, Namo Namaha. Dear Srila Prabhupada, dear Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Shri Panchatattva, Shri Gauranitai, Shri Radha Govinda, Shri Radha Madan Mohan, Shri Radha Gopinath. If you so desire, please empower us in this meeting so we can continue to saturate the entire world with Srila Prabhupada's transcendental literatures, headed by the Srimad Bhagavatam and the Bhagavad Gita. Please empower everybody to stay absorbed in hearing from the Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, and all of Prabhupada's books, and becoming representatives of the Parampara for the good of the world. Thank you for considering our request, Om Tat Sat. I'd like to start by thanking Her Grace Shamahini Devi Dasi for her tireless work in analyzing everything that we're doing and organizing it, analyzing and organizing. Thanks also to Anukul Seva Prabhu and all the leaders around the world who are diligently working to stay on track for increasing book distribution, which is Srila Prabhupada's heart's desire. So today we're celebrating the results of the Bhadra Purnima, and we're going to also announce the start of the Live to Give campaign. We can roll off the tongue very easily, Live to Give, but it is an invigorating statement because it represents the nature of the living entity. We're servants. And when we pick the best type of service, that is to bring people closer to Krishna through knowledge. And when we give, we live. And giving is life, and giving Krishna consciousness is life. So we're going to talk about how we can conceptualize our next marathon and what the goals are and how we're going to get there. And we'll start this morning with a brief overview of the Bhadra campaign. Then we have some pre-recorded videos from various centers from the region of the world we're doing today, which is Oceania. And then at the end, we'll go into the Live to Give goals and how we're going to stay on track. Does that sound okay, Shamahini?
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you.
Okay. So let's take a look at Bhadra. I was listening this morning to a lecture where Prabhupada was talking about his guru, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta, and he claimed that his only qualification was that he staunchly followed his guru and had faith in him. So Prabhupada said, I blindly follow my Guru Maharaj. I do not know what the result is, so I'm stressing on this point of book distribution. He told me this personally. And we're in a similar situation where we can hold tight to the order that Srila Prabhupada gave recently, which was to distribute books. On the Bhadra campaign, we've set a goal for growth. We're in a growth period right now. And when we're going to the Himalayas, we're going to be going through the foothills. We'll see some great years and some growth years. So we're on track. 2022 was 45,880. And we have our vision set on 2026, which is not unreasonable, with a goal for 55,000 in 2023. We'll look at how we did across the world. What's that weird thing that's blocking? Okay, so there's 138 for New Zealand. Congratulations, New Zealand. It's a lot of sets. And here's 467 for Australia. Congratulations for smashing your pledge of 352. Increase to 23%. Then we've got 52 coming in from Fiji. Way to go, Fiji. You guys are amazing. That's 52. Pledge was 44. I guess we're going to hear how that happened. Then we had the Far East with 4,311. That's a combined effort of through Bangladesh, the Madhya Pradesh, and Malaysia, Thailand, Taiwan, and Japan. Here we have Europe on the surge. They smashed at 2,198. The pledge was 1,829. We heard a lot of heroics from various parts of Europe, and they continue to grow. Here we have Africa 624. Their pledge was 393. Way to go, Africa. Kenya, Malawi, Zambia, Botswana, South Africa, Nigeria, Mauritius, Reunion Island, Reunion where they get back together with Krishna. GBC team 100. Way to go, GBC team. We need more of those. So it's looking good here in South America also. We had 82. Their pledge was 120, so they missed by a little bit. In North America, pledge was 6,383. They hit 6,747. Way to go, North America. I like how the North American continent it looks like a samuli tree, like the body of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in ecstasy at Rath Yatra. We want to see more and more centers pop up. And we have India. They did 19,286. Their pledge was 27,678. They missed by 40%. And we're meeting with all the Indian leaders in a couple of days here in Vrindavan. They have been reorganizing, and they're assuring me that it's a reorganization year and they're ready to spring back to their normal levels coming up in 2024 and 25 and 26. So our total for the year was 33,905. The very good news is that taking India out of the equation in their reorganization year, we've got steady growth everywhere else in the world. And the India scores are an aberration. So everybody's experiencing an increase of capacity, and we're steadily growing every year. The example of the Himalayas and going through the foothills, you go up and down as you're increasing in elevation. That's what we're doing. Bravo! Now we're going to hear from some individual centers via video. We're starting with Australia.
Prabhu, I'm just pulling up the offering. I need 30 seconds. Sorry.
30 seconds. In 30 seconds, I can say that each set of Bhagavatams that's gone out is sitting there somewhere. You may think of the numbers like 33,000, 55,000, and where is each one of those Bhagavatams right now? There's a story behind every one of them, and every one of them will continue to generate stories in the lives of the living entities who have a past here in the material world that ends when they come in contact with transcendental knowledge. I heard Prabhupada this morning say,
obeisances in the dust of your lotus feet. Dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my humble obeisances in the dust of your lotus feet. All glories to your divine grace. On behalf of the Australian devotees, I would like to offer the results of our 2023 Bhadra Campaign for your pleasure. Our goal this year was to distribute 352 sets of Srimad Bhagavatam. Some of the highlights from this year: we had 13 centres around Australia participate. We were joined for the first time by devotees in Tasmania and New Govardhan Farm. We had a number of events promoting Srimad Bhagavatam during Janmashtami this year, and also at Bhadra Purnim. And overall, the highlight was seeing many individuals coming forward and doing their best to inspire others and try themselves to distribute Srimad Bhagavatam. As we make this offering, we're pleased to report that our goals have been successfully met and surpassed. The Australian team distributed a total of 467 Srimad Bhagavatam sets. I'd like to acknowledge all the teams that participated from Perth, Adelaide, Melbourne, Canberra, Tasmania, Sydney, Western Sydney, New Gokul Farm, New Govardhan Farm, Bhakti Centre Gold Coast, Brisbane, North Queensland and Norfolk Island. We pray at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to empower us to build our capacity to distribute these transcendental books and work together as one team to help spread the Sankirtan movement all over the world. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Congratulations, Australia. Way to go, Vilas Manjari, Devi. I love those words, met and surpassed. It's a great feeling, and it's amazing news. Keeping such a pace year after year and making increases means that we're attentive to our service. And in the midst of our attentiveness, we make advancement personally and collectively, and the movement grows. And Prabhupada liked that. Okay, now we're going over to New Zealand. Let's hear from New Zealand.
Dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept our most humble obeisances in the dust of your lotus feet. All glorious to your divine grace. The Srimad Bhagavatam is the literary incarnation of God, and it is compiled by Srila Vyasadeva, the incarnation of God. It is meant for the ultimate good of all people, and it is all successful, all perfect, and all blissful. As we gather here to offer the results of the 2023 Bhadra Campaign for Oceania, we are humbled and grateful to have participated alongside many Sankirtan warriors. Some highlights of our campaign were having our first goal set and achieved in the South Island of New Zealand, seeing many Srimad Bhagavatam sets distributed at programs, festivals, outreach centres and on the street, facilitating sponsorship of Bhagavatam to friends, family and people overseas, and also hearing stories of those relishing Srimad Bhagavatam from previous distribution. This year 9 centres from New Zealand participated: ISKCON Auckland, Bhakti Lounge Wellington, ISKCON Centre for Culture and Education, the Loft Yoga Lounge, the Brahmachari Ashram, Hamilton and Dunedin. That's around 100 devotees participating in book distribution. Dear Srila Prabhupada, as we make this offering, we're pleased to report that 138 sets of Srimad Bhagavatam were distributed. This was only possible by your mercy and the teamwork of both devotees here and overseas. We pray at your lotus feet that those Srimad Bhagavatam sets distributed may guide many souls back to Krishna, and we may continue to work together to assist you in your mission to spread Krishna consciousness all over the world. Your aspiring servants in New Zealand.
Way to go, New Zealand. I love what you said at the end about the request to continue to work together. So one of the most sanguine aspects of this campaign is that devotees feel united around a cause. Keeping a community together means you have to have a common interest, and when it's daring and active, then there's a camaraderie that is naturally formed between the devotees, among the devotees. And it does, one of the collateral benefits that we get from these missions that we're on together is that it brings everyone together in a common cause. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Okay, now we're going next to Fiji.
Dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept our most humble obeisances in the dust of your lotus feet. All glories to your divine grace. We are gathered to offer you the results of the 2023 Bhadra Campaign for the Fiji Yatra. Srila Prabhupada, book distribution is one of the most pleasing Krishna consciousness activities for you. You had made it your life's mission as per the instruction of your spiritual master. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 14, Text 3, you have stated, ignorance is the cause of all anomalies in human society, and to remove this ignorance, especially in this age of degradation, the powerful sun is there to distribute light in the shape of Srimad Bhagavatam. Srila Prabhupada, there is an ever-increasing dissension in families, societies and nations in today's world. It is only when people take seriously the message of Srimad Bhagavatam will they come out of the darkness of ignorance and rid of all anomalies. You are personally distributing Srimad Bhagavatam, and in pursuance of your desire, we are trying to participate in the global campaigns in a cooperative manner, Srila Prabhupada. Our overall goal for this year's campaign was 44 Srimad Bhagavatam sets. Our teams in different areas of Fiji are quite small, but many of these teams participated as far as their capacities allowed and under different circumstances. We are not sure if we are going to meet the goal, but with your blessings, Srila Prabhupada, our endeavors met a wonderful success. As we make this offering, we are pleased to report that our overall goal was smashed as we distributed 52 Srimad Bhagavatam sets. Srila Prabhupada, we take this opportunity to acknowledge all our participating teams, congregational members and ISKCON friends and well-wishers who supported this year's campaign in one way or another. We are also extremely grateful to His Grace Vaishishekha Prabhu and the One World support team for keeping us motivated and inspired throughout the campaign. This is our third year in the Bhadra Campaign, and we have witnessed a steady increase in the Srimad Bhagavatam distribution since we became a small part of this most auspicious One World Sankirtan team. We pray at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to empower us to continue our work together as one global team to spread the Sankirtan movement all over the world. Thank you very much, dear Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna.
Way to go, Rukmini Mohan. Fantastic. Steady growth. Percentage-wise, we look at the percentages, and steady increases in growth means brainstorming, organizing, empowering devotees, and it's the seventh purpose of ISKCON to do that, to lift up the rest of the programs. It's the tip of the spear, and you're really on it. You're always here, you're always going. Thank you very much. We're so impressed. Hare Krishna. Well, now, is it true we get a little something from Thailand? This is big news. I'll take that as a yes.
Dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept our most humble obeisances in the dust of your lotus feet. All glories to your divine grace. We gathered here to offer the results of the Thailand Bhadra Purnima campaign, which was 1 month in duration. You wrote in October 19, 1974, regarding Sankirtan and book distribution is also chanting. Anyone who reads the books, that is also chanting and hearing. Why distinguish between chanting and book distribution? These books I have recorded and chanted, and they are transcribed. It is spoken kirtans. So book distribution is also chanting. These are not ordinary books. It is recorded chanting. Anyone who reads, he is hearing. Book distribution must not be neglected. Our team in Thailand set a goal to distribute at least 30 Srimad Bhagavatam sets for Bhadra Campaign this year. The highlights of the marathon are: we read the slokas of Srimad Bhagavatam, Chapter 2, Canto 1, and meditated on the verses. We requested all the leaders of the centers in Thailand to participate in the campaign. As we make this offering, we are pleased to report that all the goals have been successfully met, surpassed, and smashed. With respect to the books, in all, more than 5 temples participated in book distribution. More than 20 devotees participated in book distribution, and Thailand distributed 31 sets, surpassing the goal of 30. Our heartfelt gratitude to all the devotees who encouraged and participated to make this campaign a success in Thailand. It is only with our combined efforts and spirits we were allowed to take part in this Sankirtan mission. Only and only together we can move ahead. We pray to the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to empower us in our work together as one global team to spread the Sankirtan movement all over the world, trying to serve your insignificant servants, Thailand Bhadra Campaign team. Hare Krishna.
Congratulations, Team Thailand. It gives me chills up my spine to hear the scores coming out of Thailand. Samudri, thank you very much for your amazing offering. And now we are swinging over to Malaysia, I believe.
Dear Srila Prabhupada, Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale, Srimadi Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nityanamine, Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine, Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasachitarini. Please accept my humble obeisances at the dust of your lotus feet. All glories to your divine grace. I am Padita Tarna Jagannath Das, reporting Bhadra Purnima Srimad Bhagavatam campaign from Malaysian Yatra. Dear Prabhupada, we set our goals to do 100 sets of Srimad Bhagavatam for this Bhadra Purnima, but we could only manage to hit 70%, or we distributed around 70 sets of Bhagavatam. So we distributed this book through many medium, like for instance, like we did it online. We distributed through street distribution and also through Sastradhan method. There's many devotees came forward and donated Srimad Bhagavatam in memory of their forefathers or of their whoever it is, right? So through this method, Srila Prabhupada, we have managed to make 70 sets of books. And of course, we do regret that we couldn't smash or at least meet our goal. But with your mercy, with your blessings, nothing is impossible, Srila Prabhupada. With your mercy, with your blessings, we strongly believe in Malaysia, next year, Bhadra Purnima campaign, we can double the achievement of what we have done this year. This year we have done 70. With your divine grace, with the blessings, most likely, not surprising that we can even do up to 200 sets. Anyway, Srila Prabhupada, all the main temples in Malaysia participated, from Todu to Kuala Lumpur, all the main centers. They have actively participated in this campaign. And especially there's some devotees who did a personal distribution, their personal sales. Okay, so I think I would like to mention their name for your pleasure. So you can bless this individual that they will become more fantastic book distributor in coming years. So Srila Prabhupada, for your pleasure, we have personal distributors, top in the country. We have a person, a Mataji called Kripa Tita Mataji, who have made 13 sets of Srimad Bhagavatam, personal distribution. 6 sets were distributed by Malini Priti Mataji. She is, this Malini Priti Mataji is a very ardent book distributor in Malaysia, and she distributes very consistently. She's been an active book distributor in the country. 3 sets were distributed by Padita Tarna Jagannath Das. 2 sets were distributed by Chiranjiva Prabhu. 1 set by Simeheswara Prabhu, and also 1 set by Amara Gauranga Das. And also we have Lokabandhu Prabhu, who donated 2 sets of Bhagavatam to schools. Okay, so that's all my brief updates, Prabhupada, for your pleasure. Please bless us. With your blessings, nothing is impossible. I believe that you are very inspired to see the result of how the book is being distributed. And my gratitude to your wonderful disciple, your beloved disciple, Vaisesika Prabhu, for taking this program global. And of course, thanks to Zoom and online connection, whereby Vaisesika Prabhu managed to unite all that yatra in the world, and to join in and to make Bhadra Purnima as a global campaign. Srila Prabhupada, I hope and I wish, I beg at your lotus feet, I offer this result to your lotus feet, and I beg you for mercy. Please bless Malaysian Yatra. Please bless that we will have more and more new distributors to come up, mushroom out, flourish out, so that book can be massively distributed in this part of the world. Thank you so much, Srila Prabhupada. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristha Bhutale Srimadi Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasachiti Starini Gaura Pregnandi Hari Hari Bol.
Guy, thank you very much. Malaysia, any place where we have connection, where we can communicate, where attention goes, energy flows. We actually have unlimited potential in the world. It's just a matter of applying consistent effort, attention, brainstorming, organization, and depending on Lord Chaitanya's mercy, we really, really can flood the world with Srimad Bhagavatam. We really are at the beginning stages of doing that. And this will go down in history. Prabhupada said, Rameshwar told me on the train, Prabhupada says this period will go down in history as the time that the world was benefited the most because of the mass distribution of its literatures. It stands to reason because human life is meant for this. And everything is laid out perfectly and in an empowered way in Prabhupada's books. So this is the right cause at the right time, and we're at the center of this. I'm so honored to be with all of you who are just stalwarts, hanging in, going for the goals, planning how to do it better next year. I know it causes a lot of anxiety, but it's more anxiety to not be on the cutting edge, because there's nothing we can do about the onslaught of material nature. But there is something we can do about expanding book distribution. It's very practical, and it's the most authorized of processes. I really like the quotation that we got from New Zealand at the start, and Prabhupada said, this is recorded kirtan. The vibration of the world has to change, so let's do this. Now, we're so fortunate we get to move into the next marathon. At least I feel like that. You don't want to get out of the pool. You want to get back in there and start swimming. Here's a few principles. Prabhupada said attitude is the most important aspect. If we're going to advance, if we're going to increase our service, if we're going to make it to the next levels of understanding the Krishna conscious philosophy, in any aspect of Krishna consciousness, we have to have the attitude that's fostering of that. It's nurturing. It supports it. So we can look to attitude. And one of the other aspects is we can't take it for granted that everybody knows that this is a mission-based movement. Oftentimes people just become comfortable and they think whatever I've done so far is enough. And maybe it is. I mean, if you do one little thing, Krishna remembers us. But as leaders, we have to remind everyone, it has to come back into the mind regularly. What's the mission? What are we going for? It doesn't have to be in abrasive ways, but it has to be regular, and it has to be a drumbeat that goes out. It's reasonable, it's authorized, and we should do it. And people do forget the mission unless we mention it. So feel free to bring it up. There's internal preaching and there's external preaching. Internal preaching means reminding everybody in the congregation what to speak of in the executive management about book distribution, because those who are executives and worrying about all kinds of problems and lawsuits and things like that, they also need to hear how important it is to stay on the nerve of book distribution. So remind everyone regularly of the mission. At least every 30 days, people should hear about it in a comprehensive way. This is a statement that I bring to mind regularly, where attention goes, energy flows. Why do we have Karnadakshay Vishnu, or maybe that's Garbhadakshay Vishnu? There's a way in which when Mahavishnu glances at the material nature, then everything starts. And oftentimes we think, oh, it's too big, we can't do it. What am I going to do? Well, just try glancing. If you just take a look, then you may realize that your power is coming from the super soul. And anything can happen if you place your attention somewhere. We're a lot more powerful than we think, especially when we're aligned with the Sri Guru Parampara. So we should use our glance and point our attention in the direction we want to go. Otherwise, if you don't have a dream, how are you going to have a dream come true? And we're dreaming big. We should dream big, and Krishna will fulfill our desires. We're very certain about that. So let's make sure we're placing our attention where it really counts. The other thing in attitude, the other aspect of attitude is the mood. Should be in a cooperative, sweet mood. And that goes to this directive. How we do is more important than what we do. The way that we're doing it, the ends, to some degree, we say justify this the means, but if our attitude is wrong while we're doing things, then we'll be abrasive, and those involved will feel put off, neglected, and so forth. So we should do everything in the right mood, humble way, determined way, but we should also consider that Krishna gives instructions in the Bhagavad Gita, especially at the end of the 12th chapter, about the ways that we should deal with others and the ways that we should see the world. And if we can align ourselves with that as we do our service, then our service becomes sustainable over long periods of time. Really, our capacity is unlimited. We set these goals like 100,000 for 2026 to see what we can make of ourselves. If we rise to these momentous goals, then think of what it will mean for our personal growth, for the growth of our communities, for the growth of ISKCON all over the world. This capacity is compared to birds. Birds fly in the sky as high as they can. Some birds fly much higher than others. But so what? The sky's unlimited. Main thing is we're flying as high as our capacity. And unlike birds, we can increase our capacity. We can actually fly higher and higher. That's what's exciting about being a human being. You can increase your capacity. And also, our movement's about giving. We're not stingy. We're not holding back. We're giving out as much as possible. We want to pour out huge quantities of mercy to the world in the form of books, and make sure that they go everywhere. They flow out. Ganges during monsoon season. And we've experimented with this. The more we are in the mood of giving, the more resources come back to us. It's a parallel with the idea in the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita that members of the Panchatattva plundered the storehouse of the love of God, ate and distributed its contents. And the more they did that, the more the contents increased. So we can test that out. Just be liberal and make sure books are going out to as many people as possible. Order big, distribute big, give mercy and unlimited extra quantities, and just see what happens to the heart of the giver and also the community that's giving. And this is another challenge, which is extremely invigorating, is to keep a list of all the places where we can improve. We can't say year after year, oh, it's like, oh yeah, we made that mistake last year, it's insurmountable. No, it's not. Everything can be improved. Everything. Why not? Just make a list and say, let's make it better. Where you place your attention, you bring an expert, say, how do we fix this? Then you can increase your capacity. So get a tattoo of always better service. Tattoo it on your brain and make sure that this is the motto of your team. No excuses, just find out where to fix the gaps. And methodical work. This is part of always better service, is find out what worked well. Make a record of it, because we forget after a year. And then find out where there's room for improvement. And then empower somebody to make sure that it gets fixed. And it's delightful when the members of the team and the community see that things are improving. They feel it and they want to do more. If they're staying the same, they do just what they have to. And if they're going down and we're neglectful, then people start dropping off. They go somewhere else, because nothing succeeds like success. And we need success, and it's engineered. It doesn't happen by chance. Live to give. Look at that city with all those people. They're hapless. They're just going according to the modes of material nature. And we're going to drop up into their laps the Bhagavad Gita by the millions. We want to drop them into their laps of these people and make them happy. So let's do it. Now is live to give. Here's where we're going. We're going to 5 million by 2026. It's going to be a big year, 2026. We're going to celebrate the 5 million mark in Bhagavad Gita. Never been done before. 2022, we hit 3.5. So we're really close. We can feel it, right? So this goal, someone might say, oh, that's a lot. 3.5 million, 3.7 million. No, it's not. Look at the Gideons. They're doing 48 million Bibles. They did in 2022 to our 3.5. Come on, give me a break. We should be doing more than them. Right? Rukmini, Prabhu? Yeah, we should do more than them. Shamahini's giving thumbs up. Let's beat the Bible thumpers of the world. I was thinking this morning, Prabhupada was speaking in a lecture about idolatry. He said, if you don't know what God looks like and you make up some form, that's idolatry. But if you know what he looks like and you create a form, that's deity worship. And then I was thinking that one of the problems with the information about God that's going out through all these different other channels is they don't have complete information of God. If you just ask them, what does God look like? They'll say, well, you can't ask that question. It's like, then what are you going to do? How are you ever going to develop? So we need to distribute Bhagavad Gita. People have incomplete information about God, and therefore they're afraid to even say what he looks like, what to speak of, as they say, make a graven image, because they don't have enough information in their scriptures to say what he looks like. That's not going to improve the world. It's not going to make it a better place. So we have to beat the Gideons. We really do. What is your opinion, Vilas Manjari, Devi?
Definitely, yes.
We
I
have
was
to
thinking
do it,
as you were
right?
speaking, I need to look up online and see how they're doing this.
That's right. So let's do it. 48 million. Come on. Let's do this, everybody. We got to beat the Christians in the Bible game and rise to the glory of Bhagavad Gita. Thank you. 5 million. It's a small number to shoot for in 2026, but it'll prime the pump and get us moving. Now for this year, Live to Give goal is 3.7 million. That's just a little push above 3.5, so feel free to smash it. We have reached, surpassed, and then the third word is smashed. So try to smash these things. Bhagavad Gita means easy. It's so easy to distribute Bhagavad Gitas, and also remember to distribute in bunches like bananas. Let people know the benefits of Bhagavad Gita. Tell the story of Bhagavad Gita, because facts tell, but stories sell. And tell everybody. I was talking to an author the other day, and she had gotten some really good reviews for her book, or testimonials that she put in her book. And I asked her, well, how'd you get those? And she said, I just asked everybody. And she said 95% of the people rejected me. But then 5% did it. She said, just leave no stone unturned. And for the Bhagavad Gita, we've got a perfect excuse. It's the most revered book in the world, practically, when it comes to spiritual literature. There's nothing that can compare to it in 700 verses. We have a right, don't we, Rukmini, to be bold and daring and active to expand this, Sundarachala Prabhu? We can do this, right?
Yes, Maharaj, you are absolutely right.
Thank you. Thank you, Prabhu, for being here. We really appreciate it. So let's smash this little puny little number of 3.7 and pulverize it, smash it, go crazy. So we have our team, and we're really on a roll. We're very productive all over the world, this global initiative, and there's so much room for growth. It's unlimited. Use the principles and just reapply them and be very determined. And remember Prabhupada, he came to America with the order to spread this in English, and he just was relentless. He stayed in the game, and look what happened. We stayed the course here. We stayed dedicated to the written word of the Vedas, the Bhagavad Gita, the Prabhupada's purports. And win, lose, or draw, we're getting the most benefit from this kind of service because it's directly pleasing to Krishna and Prabhupada. And if we can actually pull ourselves together year after year and reach higher and higher goals, we'll leave something behind us that is historically, that will be historically glorified. That's a way to leave our mark in this world. Who here wants to leave a mark in this world? Put an emoji. Emojis are legal in Canada. We have Anukul Seva, glad you're on the call. And we have Sham Bhakti wants to leave a mark. Sundarachala, of course, wants to leave a mark. Vilas Manjari, she's leaving a huge mark. Who else we got here? Come on, put up your emojis. Okay, Shamahini wants to leave a mark. I think you're doing it. So let's go for it. Ananta Goranga. Oh, we got a representative from Japan here. That's good. We got Manas from Toronto. We've got Samudra Leela, who checked in the video. Avinashi, the Rungis here. Nicole, thanks everybody. Shamahini, let's have some announcements from your side. Tell us what we've won.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. So we've had a successful Bhadra Purnima campaign all over the world. Almost every place had increased the number of sets that they distributed. We made a promise that we would be offering the names of everybody who participated in the Bhadra Purnima campaign to the Lotus Feet of Lord Nrsingadev in Mayapur. And we have received updates from Team India that the the book is now ready. So we're requesting all the devotees to send in the names that they'd like to send. We have 1 week to compile all the names. Please send in your names to the MCI team, and I can put the email address in the chat window. And now that we're in the Live to Give campaign, which runs from the day after Bhadra Purnima campaign, so 30th September this year, to all the way to January 7th, 2024. Let's not lose time. Please make a pledge and send in your pledges so that we can all start turning the wheels towards Live to Give. Yes, we're ready to get moving to this new campaign. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Oh, Prabhu, I also just thank all the leaders, some of them who are on the call. Sumadari Leela from Thailand, Ananta Gauranga Prabhu from Japan, Vilas Manjari obviously from Australia, Rukmini Mohan Prabhu. Bhava Sandhi isn't there today because she is managing several book tables all simultaneously. So, and all the other leaders who weren't able to join the call, we're really grateful to your support, and it's a lot of hard work to coordinate with the different teams that you work with, and we're very appreciative of all the work that you do. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Just an update on Bhagavad Gita. So we also produced the first Braille Bhagavad Gita as it is. That's available now for those who need Braille. You can look into that. We'll add that into the campaign this year. And also, we have an ongoing challenge during our campaigns. This Live to Give campaign will also be accompanied with devotees chanting the 7th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. And our plan is, and we'll give more form to it over the next few months, to have everybody together go through and memorize as much as possible, become familiar with the middle 6 chapters of the Bhagavad Gita. And so we're starting with chapter 7 this time. Thank you very much, Shamahini, for organizing all the statistics. We have lots more statistics that we'll be sharing internally later that give indication where we're growing and how we're growing and so forth, which is a good way to know how we can increase in the future. Dear Srila Prabhupada, dear Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. By the way, I'm at Govardhan Hill, so I'm going to make a prayer to, we're actually reading the 4th canto every day. We're reading for 5 hours. It's got a marathon going. It's on Fan the Spark if you want to check it out. We read at 10:30 a.m. to 10:30 to 12:30 in the morning. Oh, no, till 1 o'clock. And in the evening, we start at 4 to 6:30. That's India time. Dear Srila Prabhupada, dear Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Shri Panchatattva, Shri Giriraj Maharaj, if you so desire, please empower us for the Live to Give campaign so that we may offer the results to your lotus feet and please your lordships. Thank you very much for considering our request. Om Tat Sat. Everyone agrees with this prayer in whole or in part. Please unmute and say Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo. All glories to the book distributors, all glories to the leaders of book distribution. Keep up the great work. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Lord Prem, Nande Haribol. See you soon.